Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 15 Minutes of Game, and today we're going to be having a look at Dead Island Retro Revenge, which promises to be a retro-inspired side-scroller of some description, which also is based on Dead Island, which was the old franchise. I say old, it wasn't that old, but the open-world zombie-killing first-person franchise with craftable weapons, which eventually evolved into the somewhat better Dying Light. Now, this was released alongside the remasters of these games, and I am more interested in playing this than I am the remasters of Dead Island, honestly. I'm a little bit more interested in just giving this a shot. I'm hoping it won't suck. That would be lovely. That would be absolutely lovely. Let's have a look at this how to play here. So, you change lanes. Wait, so there's no walking button? Is this sort of a runner? Okay. So you can attack in different directions with up, down, left, and right. Super weapon is space. Magic attack is shift, and then pause. And that, I guess, is it. Alright. Okay, then. I guess we'll give it a shot. It's 15 minutes of game. Shall begin now. Alright, here we go. So we get to select a super weapon, but everything else is locked. As to what that is, I guess I have to just guess. Is it a... That's from the game, isn't it? That's a big... I don't know what that is. It's a saw blades attached to a lawnmower or something. I don't know. It would be nice if it actually told you what that was. And a magic power, which one assumes is like lightning or something like that? Alright, here we go. Okay. Let's get a little bit of a cutscene, see what's going on with that. Why there's magic in Dead Island? You know what? Dead Island was never about the realism. I'm willing to accept that. Ah, I'm playing my video game in my video game. Isn't that adorable? Aren't I clever? And there are memes. Well, this is not a strong start. What is happening? Oh my. I have a feeling there might be a little bit of Kung Fury influence going on here. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. Alright. So you change lanes, you attack in different directions as a super weapon and magic attack. Alright, let's go! Yeah, so you actually don't directly control your movement. It's sort of a runner, I guess. Oh, but you get a bunch of different combo attacks, and you can attack up and down. So you're not actually... Wait a minute, are those kind of... No, so you can attack in different directions, you can attack upwards. I'm not sure if that actually hits the upward lane, though. I don't actually necessarily think it does. It almost seems like you're not doing exactly the same moves when you hit up and down. It's also kind of weird to see that you're moving while doing that. You're just kind of sliding along the level. Whatever. And I'm gaining a bunch of icons here. As to what exactly those mean, I don't know. Power-up crate. What is in it? It is a giant hammer. Alright, I'll take that, absolutely. Very golden axe there, I like that. You can spam these attacks surprisingly quickly. You also have to avoid the obstacles as you go through. I mean, it's not awful so far. The attacks definitely feel somewhat disconnected from your movement for fairly obvious reasons. Considering you're constantly moving. But what exactly happens when you fill all of that? Okay, I guess nothing? Is it I guess it's a combo made of sorts. Did I just die to the dog immediately? Was that it? I died to the dog immediately. Okay, I wasn't even aware of taking any damage yet, so... Okay. Alright, let's give it another try. Are those 3 little red bars our health meter? That is possible. I wasn't really looking up there. I was trying to focus on the enemy itself. So apparently there's a timing-based element to it. If you wait and you don't spam the attacks, you can actually get more score. You see that... I think it actually may very well be kicking the zombies in the balls. If you see the little star down the bottom there, and that little yellow circle in front of it, if you time it correctly, and you make sure that the star is inside the circle, you get a score bonus. So it's actually sort of a little bit more tactical than I initially expected. And the circle's a lot bigger with this weapon, although for some reason it doesn't... I think maybe you have to strike in a particular direction in order to actually make those hits work. This is actually kind of entertaining, I'm gonna be honest. Although it's certainly not very forgiving, there's no doubt about that. Let's just avoid the dog for the time being, you know? I think that might not be a good idea. Yeah, now that I realize that there's actually a timing element to it, this is a lot more interesting than I initially thought it was. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, so if you miss that, the dog will instantly grab you and kill you, so you've got to get that right. And I guess you get more stars based on your score, but I'm not exactly sure what that does. It's given me a ranking. There also seem to be some kind of super move as well. There's 3 different modes, so I'm still stuck on the first chapter, it seems. There's actually quite a lot of levels in this game, but it seems like it takes quite a long time to do that. Also, yeah, I keep forgetting I have a super weapon and a magic attack, although I just don't know exactly what meters I have to build up to use those. Yeah, because I can't use the super weapon right now. There we go. The magic attack I'm able to use, and that killed everything on the screen, but I'm not exactly sure what resource I used to actually make that happen. That was kind of the weird thing about it. Oh, nice meme. Let's watch out for that. So, it's like, what is it exactly that activates that? You've got to earn something, surely, for the magic attack, right? But what is it? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Alright, got the big weapon again. This is, like, surprisingly nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. Although, the decision to make it a runner was certainly an odd one, and it apparently having no checkpoints is maybe not ideal. So I guess I'll save the magic attack until I have a difficult enemy on the screen. So I'm only on 1 health bar again, so I've got to make sure I don't screw this up. Oh, so my magic attack wasn't available for some reason. So I think, like, is there anywhere on the screen that indicates your magic meter? At all? I don't think so. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, it's up the top. Maybe you just get 1 of them. Well, that's the icon up there. I thought it was maybe a bar that you had to recharge. Maybe you just get 1. Hard to say. I'm still not figuring out exactly how you charge up the super weapon meter, because that bar never seems to move. I mean, you'd think maybe it would be a combo thing. But so far, I haven't quite figured out how to do it. It's not bad, though. I like some of these kill animations. It has a nice graphic style. It's got a good sort of rhythm to it because of the weak point system and the timing. There's a fuel bar. So is that thing in the corner a percentage based on how much fuel you've got for your weapon? It would be weird that they'd have that separate to the bar in the top left. I mean, you'd think that would be where you'd look for it. So I do find that a little bit odd. I'm gonna end up dying again, though, aren't I? You think there'd be a health pickup somewhere? Also, maybe you need to focus less on the whole, hey, you gotta time it quickly and just kind of spam my way through a lot of these enemies. Alright, is this an airdrop crate? Aha! Health boost. Oh, God. Alright. What are those? I don't know, but they killed me instantly, so maybe avoiding them would be a good idea. The problem is, again, there's no checkpoints. I wonder if that's percentage for the level completion. Because that seems to... Yeah, that goes up over time. Don't quite understand that. Hopefully, I guess I'll save my magic for when I encounter those big beasties again. It's a little bit odd that you can knock the opponents into different lanes. That's neat. I didn't realize you could do that. That's pretty cool. You got a lot of combo for that, too. Yeah, it's surprisingly, like, not throwaway, though. That's what kind of surprised... What? Huh? I'm not really sure what happened there. I think you've got to use a specific attack or something in order to actually kill that. Because I grabbed it, and then it grabbed me like 3 times, and that was it. Strange. Very strange. But yeah, space is the super bar, but I don't know if you have to pick up the weapon at some point during the level, but when I hit space, nothing happens, so I couldn't tell you how you use that. There we go. There are definitely some things which are not quite explained. Power ready. Okay. So somehow that gave me some super meter? despite the fact that nothing I've done previously has. I think I'm getting the wrong idea with this game when it comes to the timing thing. Because I'm thinking, oh, it actually is all about precision. It actually might not be. I think that the combo speed is more important than the precision when it comes to landing those hits. That's giving me a lot more survivability, and it's also building the meter a lot faster. So, yeah, I think I've actually interpreted this game incorrectly initially.
Don't piss me off.
Don't know why that happened, but hey. Right, well, since I was able to build some meter, hopefully I can do that again this time, and I can actually use the super weapon. It's a little annoying, though, to be stuck on level 1. It's definitely not a very forgiving game. I mean, just even a checkpoint, I think, would be handy. Maybe there is a checkpoint, but it's obviously not that far into the level. It's like, am I really that bad at it? It's possible. But having to do it, the same thing over and over again is not exactly that fun. That is pretty cool, though. I'm not sure if that will ever get old. Yeah, because you can kind of do the dismemberment there if you combo together the different kinds of moves. Alright, cool. So I have the super weapon now. We'll use the hammer first. It seems like there are also certain kinds of moves that will not knock back the enemy, so they're better for comboing on the larger guys. There we go. I do love the amount of gore as well. That's great. Okay, so now I actually do have the super weapon. So let's try and use it on this guy. Alright, here we go. Oh, right, so it's literally run forward and pretty much everything dies in the process. Alright, I'll take that. Sure, why not? And that powered up the weapon again. Got me a bunch more points. Alright, we're gonna have to use it again on these guys. Alright, so that will actually get you through the big dudes as well. Alright, well, this is the furthest we've got so far. Kick the barrel at it. There we go. That's pretty nice. Alright, starting to get some momentum going now. I like it. Very cool. Avoid the shield guy. You can kind of... Ow. Alright, so avoid those as well. I still have my magic power, so let's kind of try and remember that. Well, I got that before it's supposed to have killed me, so that's great. I think we're almost at the end of the level.
Don't make it personal.
Alright. Oh, whatever I did was the wrong thing. Alright, there we go. Zap him. That should have killed everybody. Can that get me to the end of the level, please? I've got 1 life. Please don't lose yet. No! Bollocks! Oh, come on. That is ridiculous. Oh. Why so unforgiving? Bollocks. I'd moved up to try and kick the barrel, and that was enough to put me down. I got grabbed by the damn thing. That and having sticky keys kick in the middle of the game wasn't really helpful either. Windows never seems to take the hint that I do not want that function. It's like the whole, hey, you want to go to Windows basic color scheme? And no, I've told you 5,000 times I don't want to do that. That's a freaking quit asking. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna get it this time. Because actually the basic gameplay is surprisingly fun. I didn't expect it to be because of its runner nature. I thought, oh, well, you know, if they're not going to make a kind of classic Golden Axe style brawler, then what's the point? So you cannot do a horizontal attack on those guys, because they will just grab you, apparently. So that's worth bearing in mind. You've got to use a certain kind of attack on them, otherwise it just doesn't work. Which is an odd little system. I don't hate it, though. It means it's less of a just, hey, you slash away, and everything will be fine. It's more a case if you've got to remember what the enemy types do and what their specific strengths and weaknesses are. Nothing necessarily wrong with that. I don't hate this. I think I actually like this more than I like a regular Dead Island, which certainly had its problems. Yeah, you've got to kick the dogs using the lower attack, not going for the horizontal, because that won't work. There we go, got the health upgrade. Alright, now go for the super weapon. That gets both of the big guys, and then we can just demolish everything here. Knock that along. Kill that, kill that, kill that. Avoid these, because they explode, and we don't like that. Hit the magic spell. Sweet. That got us a huge combo, and then we can activate that again. All right, we're doing well. This has got to be it, right? This has got to be the run. This is the time. Don't get eaten by the dogs. Oh, screwed that up. Get those. No doggies. No doggies. Oh, I took another hit. Come on, come on. Don't you dare. Yes. Yes. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a beauty. It's perfect. There we go. I think we beat it. Wonderful. Took way more effort than it should have. Way more effort than it should have. But we did it. So that's nice. Did I unlock anything? Good question, but it's not going to tell me. Brotox. Certainly a level of challenge to it. I was hoping it would, like, unlock a new weapon or character or something along those lines, but I guess not. What I'm more interested in looking at is how many droppable weapons it has. Because it was very fun to use that giant hammer, and I'm just wondering how many of those little power-ups it's got, because that would definitely keep the levels pretty interesting. This is not bad at all. It's unforgiving. Like, very, very unforgiving. More unforgiving than I think it has any right to be. I think maybe at least having a checkpoint halfway through the level would be reasonable. So having to replay that over and over again was particularly annoying, especially when you encounter a new enemy type that's maybe, like, not vulnerable to a particular type of attack and then just instantly kills you or whatever. That is maybe a little bit too much. That's a little bit excessive, but I still find the game to be pretty damn entertaining, actually. Despite the fact that it is I guess, a runner. Probably a way to describe it, because, I mean, it technically is. But it's far more combat-orientated than that. There we go. And I like the way that the game slows down every time you have a big impact there. It's a great way of giving visual feedback and really connecting the player to the visceral nature of the combat. It's cool. Oh, looks like we've got one of those hammers again. I'm hoping that's, like, not the only cool weapon you can get. Ah, this is not too bad for a little $5 game, though. I actually think it's pretty damn fun. Let's see if I can finish this level before the end of this video. Let's give it a shot. It's also nice to see how fast you can actually combo things. And juggle enemies into other enemies. Like, I kicked that dog into everything else. And if you combo those guys correctly, you actually end up getting their head coming off, and then you can kick their head into the enemy, which will give you a combo on the rest of the screen as well. Which is pretty damn awesome. And you get bonuses for doing that, too. Surprising amount of depth for a little throwaway arcade game that I thought would just be a little promo for their remastered edition of the game. Actually surprisingly enjoyable. I think it gives me a little bit of a Kung Fury vibe, but there's a lot more to it than that. You know, Kung Fury was a very one-finger death punch. This has got a little bit more to it. Sweet. Huh. Well, that's not too bad, actually. It's called Dead Island Retro Revenge. It does have a couple of other modes as well. As I said, I think the only big problem with it is that lack of mid-level checkpoint, especially early on. But once you get the hang of it, once you get into the rhythm of it, and once you learn what the different enemies can do so you don't get screwed over by them, that's actually pretty cool. It's kind of sweet. I like it. Also, kicking enemies into other enemies is never, ever something that will get boring. That's always entertaining regardless of what game it's in. So, well done to them for that. Despite being something of a silly little promo game for their remaster, that's actually surprisingly good. It's called Dead Island Retro Revenge. It's a few dollars on Steam, not too pricey whatsoever. If you like this video, by all means, do feel free to click the like button. If you did not, click the dislike button there. And I apologize for my terrible gameplay in the first 10 minutes of that, but trust me, once you get the hang of it, pretty damn cool. We'll see you next time.